Hey. What's up, Facebook family and friends? And hello to everyone watching me over on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Let me just see if I am live on the book. Let me see if I am live on the book. Happy Saturday, happy Saturday, happy Saturday. Let's see. Make sure I'm live. Yep, look like I am live on the book. As you come into the broadcast, honey, go ahead and say, hey, girl, hey. Let me know that you're out there. Let me know that you're listening. Let me know that you are in the house, honey. Let me know you're in the room. I hear some people say, come on in the room. Y'all come on in the room. Let me see if I'm live over here on the book, on the YouTube. Now, listen, if you all have not followed me over on the YouTube channel, honeys, go on over on the YouTube channel at Money Management Matters. It is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Subscribe to my channel. Hey, Tara, babe, how you doing, girlfriend? What's up, chick? What's up? How has your Saturday been? What's up? What's been going on Saturday? Yep, look like I'm live on the tube as well. So yeah, y'all follow me on the YouTube channel, honey. Go on over there to Money Management Matters. Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you know when I'm going live, honey, because anything ever happen over here on the book, we got that backup plan. That backup over on the tube, honey. I'll be over there live as well. Hey, Tara, happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. I am doing fabulous. Blessed and highly favored as always. Thank you so much for asking. Child, you busy. Okay. Just got in an hour ago, girl. I feel you, honey. Y'all know what Saturdays is for those running errands and stuff. I remember back in the day, this was before, so much building up in the country. I grew up here in Flowery Branch. And it used to be nothing but woods. And we didn't have no stores here in Flowery Branch. We didn't have no grocery store. We didn't have no, now we got Kohl's and Targets and Ross's and all that. We didn't have none of that back in the 80s, right? So on Saturday mornings, we used to go to town. And town was going to Gainesville. Any of my peeps on here that's from Flowery Branch, y'all know what I mean. We used to have to travel to go to town on Saturdays. And Saturdays used to be the time when you run all your errands, when you go do your washing. Because look, we ain't have no wash and dry in our house. We had to go to the laundromat. We had to go to the grocery store. We had to go to the store, to the mall, if we was trying to go shopping or whatever. And let's see, maybe go and pay some bills. So Saturdays, honey, I understand, Tara. I said all that to say, I understand you just got in an hour ago. Girl, look, I just got in about an hour ago. Myself. I was out visiting. I didn't really run a whole lot of errands today, but I had to go visit some people. So many stores to choose from. Girl, look, I be trying to stay out of them stores now, honey. We ain't even gonna talk about the fact I used to go to the mall every Saturday. That was my hangout spot, honey, because I had to go shopping. But nowadays, honey, I had to let all that go. I had to get my money right because I am your money girl. So let me just introduce myself to anybody that do not know me, that come across my video and you've never seen me before. My name is Lisa Stringer Bailey, and I am the owner and creator of Triple M Money Management Matters, where I educate women on how to save more money, make more money, save more money, and most importantly, protect that money. And we're protecting our money and our income and our families with life insurance. Yes, life insurance is not just for a death benefit anymore. It's also for living benefits. Okay, it's so many things that you can do with life insurance right now that you would have, if you have it in place, you can use it for many, many, many things that you may need in the future. So if that's something that you're interested in, please get in touch with me. Let me know how I can help you. You and me both. Don't need nothing. Getting my money right. Okay. That's what I'm talking about, Tara. You my girl. So listen, we are in day 6. Is that right? Day 6 of 21 days of start, focus, and accelerate in our finances. Okay. It's the beginning of a new year. It's 2023. And listen, as I've been on Facebook, I've been seeing some old videos pop up from 2021, 2022, and actually from 2020. So for the last 3 years. So old videos is popping up. And I've been resharing them because I'm like, this is the same information I've been talking about for the past 3 years. For the past 3 years. And I do know some people is grabbing it, like Tara and some of my other clients is following me and reaching out to me for information and for guidance and help. But it's still people out there that's just not grabbing it, not snagging it, not taking advantage of it, not starting a new habit in their finances, that's not starting to save more money. Okay. That's why I'm calling this start, focus, and accelerate, because we got to start somewhere. Okay. And the time is out for all that. It's too late for me to start. I've heard that. It's too late for me to start. I'm in my 50s. I'm almost 60. I don't care. I don't care how old you are. It's always the time to start. If God wakes you up every morning, that's a new opportunity to start doing what's best for you in your finances. Okay. And right now it's time to start thinking differently about our money. It's time to start focusing more on our finances. It's time to start focusing more on saving for the future, saving for those unfortunate things that may happen, and being prepared. Okay. So that's why it's start, focus, and accelerate. Because once you start it, you're going to start focusing on it. And when I say focus, I mean think about it every single day. I mean think about your finances every payday. I mean think about where your money is going every payday. Is it going to a savings, to an investment, to a life insurance? Or is it going to shopping, to eating out, to unnecessary things? You know, you have to prioritize and get your priorities straight for your money. Okay. So that's what I'm trying to talk about during these 21 days of start, focus, and accelerate. Okay. So listen, what we're doing during these 21 days is I am coming from the Bible, because I truly believe that if we do what thus saith the Lord, what the Bible says to do about our money, that we are more inclined, more apt to be successful in our financial endeavors. Okay. To be more successful and being more secure with our money, to be more successful and not working paycheck to paycheck, not having to worry about money, not having to worry about where I'm going to get the money from to pay for this emergency situation, or where I'm going to get the money from if God forbid something happens to one of my children, or to my spouse, or to my mother, or to my father. So it's time out for the stressing and the worrying, and it's time in for being more prepared. Okay. Tara said, child, we better get it right. Okay, girl, you better preach. People don't have money to lend you when you have an emergency. That's right. Help yourself by saving yourself some. Tara, I'm done. I'm done. Tara and I already preached for the night. Girl, how about it's time out for us being the borrower? Okay. And it's time out for us to be more abundant and be able to lend if need be. Okay. You asking people for money, people ain't got money to lend you. So the whole thing is, why would you want to put yourself in a situation where you have to beg, borrow, and plead from your family, from your friends, from your churches, when if you are able to work, if you have a skill and an ability to make money, that money that you're making, you need to manage it in a way that you have some set aside, that you have some set aside, that you have some set aside in a savings account, in an investment account, in a life insurance policy that draws and builds cash value. So when you need it, you have it. All right. Thank you, Tara, for that comment. That was on point. Okay. So for these 21 days, we are going reading from the Bible app. If you have the Bible app on your phone, that's the Holy Bible app, the little brown one. I am coming from a devotional called Money and Wealth. Money and Wealth. If you are have the Bible app on your phone, go ahead and look up Money and Wealth. What does the Bible say about money and wealth? And we are on day 6. We're on day 6, and the devotional title is To Whom Do We Owe What? To whom do we owe what? And I put in my title, description of this video, pay what you owe. Pay what you owe. If you owe debtors, if you owe credit cards, if you owe the government, if you owe taxes, if you owe for that car that you decided to buy that you know you couldn't afford, if you got into this bigger house that you know you can't afford, you either need to get out of it or pay what you owe. Pay what you owe. Girl, say it again. Set aside some money. That's what I'm talking about. And sometimes it's going to take some sacrifices. You have to sacrifice. And once you get all that money, once you get at least 12 months worth of income set aside, then do whatever else you want to do with your money. But that's a necessity. So the devotional says, during Jesus's ministry on earth, some religious leaders tried to entangle him in his words. Y'all remember some of the stories in the Bible where these people was asking God, well, what is and what that? Hey, Kathy girl, thank you for joining. They came up with a delicate question. Is it lawful to pay taxes to Caesar or not? So this is some people in the Bible asking Jesus, is it lawful to pay your taxes? Okay, they always was asking Jesus questions, trying to trip him up, trying to see what his answer is going to be. But how many know what kind of God we serve, what kind of Jesus we serve? Jesus was ready for him, honey. He was ready. He got the answer. He got the right answer. He says, Caesar was the emperor of the Romans who ruled over Israel. If Jesus was to say paying taxes was unlawful, he would get in trouble with the Romans, right? If he said people should pay taxes, he would be considered a friend of the enemy and lose people's sympathy. But Jesus gave an answer that went far deeper than a dispute about taxes. So how many of us know what we owe, the money we make, the money we owe is always deeper than the material money? It's all about the principle. It's all about worship. It's all about what God says. It's all about the spiritual part of the money. That's the thing we lose. That's the part we forget about. Money is not, we shouldn't just look at it as a material thing. Okay. Money is a tool. Money is spiritual. Money is energy. Money is just something that God has given us to use here on earth while we're living to make our lives comfortable, right? To give to his people, to do what he has told us to do with it. It's a resource. Okay. So we cannot think of it as a material thing. So Lord, my phone, honey, there it is. But Jesus gave the answer that was much deeper. So think of your money as much deeper than a dispute about taxes. He asked for a coin that has Caesar's portrait and name on it. That settled the discussion. If the coin was Caesar's, it should be given to him. Taxes must be paid, even if we don't like the government. So we already know that. Uncle Sam, our government, is going to get their money regardless because it automatically comes out of our check. If we're a W-2 earner, if we work for a corporation or a company or a business, most of the time it automatically comes out of our check. Now, right here, I want to give you a tip. Right here, I want to give you a business tip, a money tip that I have learned over my time as a financial coach and since I started my business. We have to pay taxes, okay? That's a no-brainer. That's a non-negotiable. Because if we don't, we're going to get the man on us. We're going to get the liens on our property. We're going to get the tax bills, whatever. But the way around it is what you have to learn is how to work the system, how to work the tax system. Now, I don't know if y'all been listening to the news lately, but it was a news report about Mr. Trump finally releasing his tax reports, his tax statements to the government. And they were saying that he didn't pay no taxes. Now, this man is a millionaire. And he might be a billionaire. I don't know. We know Trump makes a lot of money before he became president. And then he makes more and more money now that he is president. But he never pays taxes. And I'm going to tell you why. Because he's a businessman. He was a businessman before he became president. He's a businessman. And as a business, if you own a business, even if you own a small home-based business, you can write off so many more things on your taxes than you can as just a normal W-2 earner. Okay, now that's going into some tax tips, but I'm not a tax professional. But I know a little bit about taxes. I've done my own taxes for years. And when I started my business, I still continue to do my taxes. And I found out that everything that I use on a normal basis can be written off on my taxes because I'm a business owner, because I have a business. So I talk all the time about multiple streams of income. If you don't have a business, you need to get you a business. If you're paying taxes every year, you need to get you a business, because I'm going to tell you, the tax write-offs can save you taxes. Okay. When you use your home as your office, that's a tax write-off. When you use your cell phone for your business purposes, that's a tax write-off. Your cable, your internet service, that's a tax write-off. Get you some business, honey. Own a business. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And taxes, it is not only a multiple stream of income. If you're having trouble, if you're having issues getting a lot of money into your money plan, if you don't have enough money coming in, if you need money to put aside for that emergency savings, if you need money to put into a life insurance policy for your family, you need another stream of income. That could be a business. Whatever your special skills and ability is, monetize it and call it something. Make it a business. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Let's see, where was I on this devotional? But Jesus continued his answer and said, to God, the things that render to God, the things that are God's. Okay, so if we're paying taxes, if we owe taxes to the tax person, then we're paying our taxes. If we owe money to the credit collectors, to our credit card bills, to our loans, to our mortgage, we're paying that. But he's also saying what is due to God need to be given to God. What is it that bears God's likeness and inscription and thus belongs to him? The answer is found in the first chapter of the Bible. So God created man in his own image. That's you. That's me. We are man. Okay. God created us in his own image. Okay. In the image of God, he created him. That's Genesis 1:27. So Jesus's message is concise and it's clear. It is fine to pay taxes where taxes is due, but we should also remember to give ourselves to God. So of course, for me, that I interpret that to say, put God first. Give back to God what's owed to God. If it's your praise, it's if your glory, it's if your thankfulness to God for even giving you the resources that you have. The scripture references Romans 12:1 through 3. Romans 12:1 through 3, and that's the NIV version, says, therefore I urge you, brothers and sisters, in view of God's mercy, to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice, a holy and pleasing to God. This is true and proper worship. Do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That reminds me of forming new habits. Okay. Starting over, focusing, and being ready to accelerate in your finances, in your mind, renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve that God's will is his good, pleasing, and perfect will. For by grace given me, I say to every one of you, do not think of yourself more highly than you ought to, but rather think of yourself with sober judgment in accordance with the faith God has distributed to each of you. Now, when I read that, do not think of yourself more highly, that's telling me when God gives us something, when God blesses us, we should not get cocky. We should not be saying, oh, it's me. Oh, I got this. Oh, I did this. Give it back up to God. God did this. Child, those Pharisees were a hot mess. The Lord always shut them down. Yes, he did, honey. Yes, he did. Okay. So that's the scripture reference. It was another scripture in here, but I'll let you read that on your own time. Matthew 22 and 15. Matthew 22, 15, 18 through 20 through 22. So 15 through 22. So if you want to read that, you can read that on your own. But honey, pay what you owe. That is the subject. The takeaway for me is to pay what you owe. Because another thing too that just popped in my head is credit. In the world that we live in, it's necessary and essential that you have good credit. Okay. And you're not going to have good credit if you're not paying your debtors, if you're not paying the people that you owe. Child, we have to get our minds right. That's right. So we got to make it a priority in 2023. If you are in a whole lot of credit card debt, go ahead and make that a priority to get some of that paid down. And then when you do get it paid down, make it another priority not to get back into that same situation. Get yourself one good card. I had to get to that point too. At one point, I was in over $30,000 just in credit card debt. I had a credit card for every store in the mall. I just told y'all, I used to go to the mall on Saturdays. That was my trip to the mall. That was it. I had a card for every store in the mall. And honey, it was ugly. It was ugly trying to pay off all that debt. But I focused. I started the process. I focused on it and I got it done. And so now I have one credit card, just one. And that's the one I use, and I pay it out on time. And I can't say I pay it off, but I do pay it on time. But it's a good habit to get into. Pay what you owe. Pay what you owe, and also give it back up to God. Pay him what you owe him. All right, y'all. That's all I got for y'all tonight. So thank you all so much for joining me live. If y'all hit this on the replay, honey, give me that hashtag replay. Let me know you scroll through so I can say thank you. All I want to do is say thank y'all for stopping by. Even if it's just for a second, just say, hey, girl, hey. And I can respond back and say, hey, girl, hey, and thank you all for listening. Thank you, Tara, for joining me live. I appreciate you as always. Thank you, Kathy, for joining me live. I appreciate you as always. So we're going 21 days, y'all. We're going 21 days. So meet me back here tomorrow night at 9:30, same time, same place. You have a blessed night as well, Miss Kathy. I appreciate you, girl. And I will see you all then. Y'all have a good night's sleep. Good night.